Our team, my business partner and I, wrote the complete guide to internet marketing for plumbing and actually for plumbing contractors, and it's available on Amazon.com. And all the strategies and techniques that we've written in that book and are sharing actually on this webinar are proven. They're proven by us having implemented these for plumbing contractors in competitive markets throughout the United States. So I just want to show you a couple of examples. Here's a search for Fort Lauderdale plumber, very competitive market in the United States. You'll see spot A there is our client. He's in this top position in Fort Lauderdale for Fort Lauderdale plumber. Atlanta, Georgia, spot A on the map in his market. Rancho Cucamonga, spot A on the map for his. Santa Monica plumber, client in Santa Monica, spot A on the map. Our client in Miami, South Florida, actually happens to have 3 spots on page 1 for his most important keyword, Miami plumber, or Miami commercial plumber. So I don't say that to brag. I don't say that to say, hey, look how good we are. I really just want you to know that the exact strategies that we use to get those clients top position in their competitive markets throughout the United States are the same strategies I'm going to be sharing on this webinar. So you can really rest assured that this isn't me, kind of regurgitating some information that I read somewhere in a book. This is based on hours of research and, even more hours of actually implementing this for plumbing contractors and HVAC contractors throughout the United States. And that's exactly what we're going to be sharing in this webinar. So now let's talk about some specific strategies for getting your plumbing or HVAC business listed on the Google map. And again, this is one of the most common questions that I receive from plumbing and HVAC contractors all throughout the United States. So what do I need to do? How do I make sure I show up on that map when someone types in my city plus plumber, my city plus plumbing, etc.? And there are really 3 core components for getting listed on the map. The first one is having a claimed and optimized Google Places listing. That's a function of going to google.com/places, and you can tangibly claim or stake your claim on your business listing. Once you do that, you have the ability to upload photos, upload videos, add description of your company, choose categories in which you serve, set your service area in the real area that you service. And I'm going to talk about how to claim your Google Places listing in a second. The second critical component is having a consistent name, address, and phone number profile across the web. So in the industry legal for it, from an SEO perspective, is your NAP, name, address, phone number. And really what that is making it so that when Google tries to look up your company, and it starts at Google Places because you're in Google Places and you've got a name and an address and a phone number listed there, but it wants to see, okay, where else is this company listed? How credible is this organization? And if you're referenced with that same information on Yellow Pages and Hot Frog and Angie's List and Judy's Book and City Search and Yelp.com, Magic Yellow, Google will place a higher level of authority on your listing, and that significantly improves the probability of showing up on the map. So again, I'm going to talk more in depth about NAP, name, address, phone number, but that's the second critical component, having that consistent information about your company across the web. The third critical component is reviews, having authentic reviews from your true customers in your true service area on your Google Places listing and other online review sites like City Search and Yelp.com and Angie's List. The other kind of important element in getting ranked on the map, especially as it relates to plumbing and HVAC companies, is helping Google understand your true service area. Now, it's different for a home services company like plumbing and HVAC than it is for a dentist or a retail store. So a dentist has a physical office where customers come in when they need to have dental work done. So having a Google Places listing highly, anchored at that address, Google knows, okay, people are probably going to come to that dental office within a 5 to 7 mile radius. And that's about as far as they're going to come. And it's kind of irrelevant as to what their service area is because it's based on location. Location, location, location. Now with home services businesses like yours, it's a little different because who cares where you're located or where your address is? What's really important is where your customers are and how far you and your technicians are willing to travel in order to serve your client base. So Google is trying to figure out the way to measure this, because trying to place people on the map based on where their address is isn't the best criteria. The better criteria is having a true representation of that service area and knowing where you and your techs go. So there are some tools to help Google understand what your true service area is, and I'm going to talk about those, as we continue down this Google Places optimization portion of the webinar. But the three critical components for getting on the map is having a claimed and optimized Google Places listing, having a consistent name, address, and phone number across the web, and having true, authentic reviews from your customers on your Google Places and other online directory listings. So let's talk about claiming your Google Places listing. If you haven't done this, I want you to find a pen and pad somewhere, in the vicinity of where you are, and write down google.com/places. This is the place where you can claim your Google Places listing or your Google Maps listing. If you don't get anything else from this presentation, but you write that URL down and you follow some of the steps I'm about to share with you, you'll get a ton of value out of this presentation. So google.com/places. From there, you have the ability to claim your Google listing and add updated information. So some things you want to do, some best practices around your Google Places listing. Again, you're going to go to google.com/places. You'll see an image, a setup similar to this. You want to click on the Get Started button over on the right-hand corner as a business owner, not as a consumer. And then it will basically give you the opportunity to enter your phone number, and it will search the database and say, okay, is this company already listed on Google Places, yes or no? If yes, then it's going to show you, okay, is this your company at this address? And then it'll give you the process to update some of the information. Once that's done, it's going to ask, you to verify your listing. It'll ask you to verify either via phone or mail. If you've got a new listing that hasn't already existed in here, it's probably going to only give you the option for mail. And if that's the case, what you're going to do is you're going to type in, request the postcard via mail. You'll receive it in a few days via the mail, and you'll log back into your Google Places listing, enter your PIN code, and then you'll have claimed the Google Places listing. If it gives you the option to verify via phone, ultimately click Finish, and you'll receive a phone call almost instantaneously, like the one that just interrupted me here, and it'll say, this is Google, your PIN code is 43622, or whatever the number. It'll be a unique number. Write that down, enter into Google Places, and you'll have claimed your Google Places listing. Now, if you've already got a Google Places listing, or once you complete that practice, now I want to share some best practices on what you need to do within your Google Places listing to really put your best foot forward. The first thing you want to do is you want to update to be your correct and authentic company name. Don't add any keywords in the field where it asks for your company name. So if your company is Joe's Plumbing, leave the company Joe's Plumbing, and that's going to be the legal name that you incorporated your business as. Some information out there or misinformation out there might indicate, hey, put in Joe's Plumbing - Miami Plumber, or Joe's Plumbing - your plumber in Miami, so you can get your keywords in there and be clever. That's against Google Places policies and procedures, and it will hurt you. You'll probably wind up with a listing that gets penalized and won't rank. So if that's on your Google Places listing, go in there and erase it immediately, and you might see a bump in placement. The second thing you want to do is you want to add your company's website address, and that's obvious. It's going to create an inbound link, makes it easier for your customers to go out and find some additional information. Enter your phone number. Again, it's essential that you use a local number, not an 800 number, but a local number. So if you're in Miami, you use a 305. If you're, in Atlanta, you use a 770. If you're, you get the idea. You use your local number. No 800 numbers in the Google Places listing. We found that Google doesn't like 800 numbers. It wants to serve local businesses, and so an 800 number is a clear indication that you probably aren't all of that local. So use the 800. Okay, I just got a question here. What about why, if I have a branded 800 number and I'd prefer to use that, why can't I use it? There's two reasons. The first reason is an 800 number. Google's looking for local. Google's looking for local businesses, and an 800 number flags the system to say you're not local. Secondarily, we find that conversion rate on a local number for plumbing and HVAC converts significantly better than an 800 number. So if we put two web pages side by side with the same information in a local market, one had an 800 number and one had a local number, the local number will out convert that 800 number every day because people want to feel like they're dealing with a local company. So always use a local number just from a conversion perspective, but from a Google Places optimization, we're just talking about the map here, you have to do it if you want to rank on the map. On that same token, you need to use a local address. So don't use a P.O. box. Certainly don't use a UPS store. So P.O. box we found won't work at all. If you type in P.O. box 993 with your city and state, you're not going to rank on the map. Google doesn't accept it. Now, if it's a home address, you can get away with that. And I'm going to talk about some ideas on how to manage a home address. If it's a office, like a real office or a warehouse, you've got no worries. Just make sure you reference it the same way on your Google Places as you do in other places. Worst case scenario, if you don't have an office, you don't want to list your home address, go on and get a virtual office that has a unique suite number. So some of the companies like Regis and other virtual offices out there will give you an office in the city that you want to be in, the main city, but they won't give you unique suite numbers. You'll get a unique address, but it'll be suite number 225. And you'll be sharing that with all of the other tenants of suite 225. That doesn't work. Google sees that and says, oh, well, there's like 10 businesses here. You need something that's going to be unique to your company. If you are listing a home address as your business, that's okay. We've got clients that rank very well on the map with a home business. The only caveat to that is you need to hide your address in Google Places. You're going to need to reference that same address, that name, address, phone number on all of the other online directory listings when we get to the NAP development. But there's a setting inside Google Places where Google asks, do customers come to your place of business or do you service them? And you want to select the button, I service my customers at their home or at their place of business. Then it asks a follow-up question below that says, do people come to your business? Should we hide your address or show your address? If you've got a home address and you're not going to be having customers to your home, you need to click that button that says hide your address. Don't be scared. If you establish your name, address, phone number, and you get legitimate reviews, this won't limit you from showing up on the map. So that's my piece on having a local address, what to do with a home address versus a business. Inside Google Places, you have the option to upload photos. You want to upload as many photos as possible. It allows up to 10. You want to upload 10 photos, and you want to use real, authentic pictures. So it's pretty easy to go out and find some stock photography of the cheesy guy with the wrench, or like the smiling model with his plumbing shirt on, and that's fine and dandy. But that's stock photography. It doesn't give your consumer any more of a picture of who they're going to be dealing with and why they want to choose you over the other hundreds of plumbing companies in your market. So, be authentic. Get some pictures of yourself, of your team. I love shots where I can get the truck stacked up and a team of guys. If it's just a one-man shop, if you're a one-man company, get a picture of yourself standing in front of your truck with the logo prominent behind it. Those types of photos resonate much deeper than just a picture of stock photography. My personal opinion. Now, some tricks or some strategies on how to maximize this photo component of Google Places. Save your pictures on your desktop and then rename them. So don't just name them picture 1, picture 2, picture 3, or picture in front of the truck, picture in front of the building, team picture. Go ahead and put your keywords into your photo. So name your first picture, Your City Plumber. Name your second picture, Your City Plumbing Company - your company name. Name the next one, Your City Emergency Plumbing Contractor. You get the idea. So you want to get the keywords that you want to rank for on the map into your photos before you upload them. Another tip that you can do is rather than just uploading right into Google Places, go to Panoramio.com. And Panoramio is a video sharing website that's owned by Google. And it gives you the ability to tag your photos and geotag your photos. So take that same picture that you named as your city plumber, upload it to Panoramio.com, and then go in and set the geo settings so that it's mapped to your address. So now Google sees your picture and it has an address associated with it, and then upload it or copy the URL for that image to your Google Places listing for your 10 images. And now you've really maximized your opportunity for Google to know that you're at this address, these are your pictures, this is where you're located based on where your images are linked to, and it just gives you some power to do it that way. And don't worry, I've got a guide I'm going to be giving you access to after this that really walks you step by step through this entire process. Setting up Panoramio, how to name your images, all of that stuff. The next thing on your Google account is you have the ability to upload videos. Try and upload at least 5 videos, a minimum of 2. And the reason is we found in testing that 2 videos, for whatever reason, gives you a much better bang for your buck than just 1 video. Actually better to have 0 videos than just 1. So you want to have at least 2 videos in your Google Places account. If you don't have any videos, take some time and have some videos made. These don't have to be high-end. They don't have to be super professional. But just a simple video of you standing in front of your truck or standing in front of your building, shot on an iPhone or an Android camera or something simple, as simple as, hey, my name is Joe. I'm the owner of Joe Plumbing, Joe the Plumber. We provide, residential, commercial plumbing services. We're available 24/7 to get someone out to your house today. If you've got a plumbing situation and you need help, give us a call. We'd love to work with you. You can reach me at this number. Those types of videos tend to work extremely well. And then make a simple video like that for each one of your services. So, hey, if you've got a burst pipe, we happen to be experts in trenchless sewer replacement and can save you a lot of money on, fixing the pipe situation that you have. Here are some of the benefits. Give me a call and I'll be glad to come out to your house and give you a free estimate. Simple videos like that make the consumer feel like they can trust you, like they know you before they even meet you. So record some videos. It gives you more context to your Google Places listing. Another tip on videos, upload them to YouTube. There's an advanced setting that you can also set the geo-modified information. So where you would say this address, tag it, place a little pin spot for the video on your place of business. Again, gives you more geographical context to your Google Places listing. If you'd like more specific information on how to claim your Google Places listing, how to do the things I'm talking about with the images and the videos, I have a free guide available at plumberseo.net/Google-Places. It's completely free. You can go there and download the guide. So let's talk about establishing your NAP, or your name, address, phone number profile across the web. A citation is a reference of your company's name, address, and phone number. And what you need to do is improve the quantity and quality of your citations across the web. So when Google comes through on your Google Places listing, they can see you not only listed there, but they find the information on Facebook and Twitter, Localese, DexKnows, YellowBot, City Search, Angie's List, Local.com, and it's finding the same name, address, and phone number on all of these different websites. Well, that gives you a lot of context, and it gives you a lot of authority, so Google feels more comfortable placing you on that page 1 instead of page 7 where you might be now. So just a list of some of the main citations you want to make sure you get. The top ones are Bing Local, City Search, Yahoo Local, Angie's List, Judy's Book, Local.com, Merchant Circle. If you want a list of these citations, and I'm talking in this case about the free listings. You don't need to go out and buy a paid ad in all of these. All you're doing is going to the website, making sure that your name, address, and phone number are listed and you're in their directory, and creating that NAP profile. So if you want a complete list of these with the URLs for how to get there, again, plumberseo.net/Google-Places, and I'll provide you with the complete list. The next critical component, like we talked about, was having reviews. And I want to emphasize that we need authentic, true reviews from your true customers on your Google Places listing and other online directory sites. So this isn't a case where I'm just telling you, hey, go out and spam the reviews, create a bunch of accounts, and get your review count from 0 to 7 or from 7 to 15. You need a system and a process to get real reviews from real people with real profiles. And the reason I say that is Google isn't just counting reviews. It's looking at the reviewer profile. So it can tell based on where the review is originated, whether you're doing a bunch of bogus reviews from your computer or from your house, or if it's real people spread throughout your service area that have existing Google accounts. Google has millions and millions and millions of users. A lot of them use Gmail, they use YouTube, they use Google+. So they have at some level developed or set up a Google account. And Google has a history on all of those Google accounts. The reviews you want are from a diverse set of people in your area. Google knows where they're from because they're typically searching the internet with cached in information. I'm gonna get off my soapbox for a second, but the point is you need to have real reviews and a process to get those real reviews and not just try and game the system. So we talked about this being a key determinant. Our clients that have more reviews tend to rank much better on the map than the ones that don't. Here's a specific strategy for getting reviews from your real customers. Put together a list of your sphere of influence. And by sphere of influence, I'm talking about your past customers, your close personal friends, your family members, all people that know you as a business and as a business person. And put together a simple email that says, hey, I'm in the process of trying to ramp up my internet marketing efforts. In order to do so, I need to get some reviews online on my Google Places and other online directory listings. As a friend and a past user of my services, I'd really appreciate if you take a few minutes to write me a review on my Google Places account. It would really help me out. And then give them a direct link and make it simple as pie for them to go and write your review. We find that doing that creates a nice bulk of legitimate reviews to your Google Places listing, and it gives you a nice head start. The next thing you need to do is create a system in your business where you're systematically requesting and getting reviews from your customers. So there's a couple ways to do this. The one thing we recommend that we do for our clients is we print out a review request card. And so it's just a business card or a postcard where you type in, thanks for your business, we appreciate the opportunity to serve you and would love to get your feedback. And then you give them this postcard with a link to a place where they can write a review. Now there's the hard way to do it and there's the easy way to do it. The hard way is to send them to www.google.com/ whatever the length of your Google URL is. Or you can use a shortener like one of the URL shorteners that would bring that down to a much shorter level. The easy way to do it would be to create a page on your website called yourcompany.com/reviews. And on that page have direct links to various online review sites. And the reason you would want to use various online review sites is not everybody has that Google account. And if they want to write a review for you on Google Plus Local or Google Places, they're going to have to go there and they're going to have to create an account and then they're going to have to write the review. And if they just create an account, they don't have a reviewer profile, so it's not going to add much value to you anyways. However, there are people that use different profiles. Some people are just advocates of Angie's List, and they've got an Angie's List account, and if you gave them the option to write you a review on Angie's List, they would jump right on and they would put together their review real quickly. Some people are Yelpers. They like to write reviews on Yelp.com. They've got a Yelp account. They've written 20 different reviews for every restaurant and every local retail center and everything in between. And so the point is you want to have options for your customers, whether they want to write a review on Google Places, on Yelp.com, on City Search, on Angie's List. Make it real easy for them. So create a little page on your website called yourcompany.com/reviews. Put on your card, hey, go to this website, and you can write us a review, and we'd really appreciate it. Taking it a step further, you can leverage email, and this is really the easiest and most encouraged way to do it. Leverage email to get your customers to write reviews. So start to have a process, and I recommend it be at the front end when the person calls in. Hey, thanks for calling Joe's Plumbing. How can I help you? Oh, you need a technician out today? Great. What's the address? Okay. Hey, I'd like to send you a confirmation via email. What email address should I send this to? This is a big tip. Asking for it at that point in the conversation, as opposed to after the service is done, makes all the difference in the world. We've had clients, we said, hey, why don't you start to collect email addresses from your customers? And they say, man, we're trying. The technician provides the service, and then he says, hey, by the way, what's your email address? And the customer's like, why do I want to give you my email address? What's in it for me? They don't want to get spammed. They don't want to get on your email newsletter list. But if you're going to be going out to their home and you're telling them, hey, I'm just going to send you a confirmation email, it's a much softer sale. And by the way, now you can email market to them. You can send them the request for review. You can invite them to their social media profiles. So try and ask for it at that point in time. But in either event, once you've got the email address, you can have an email go out to the customer thanking them for their business. Always a good practice, showing appreciation and letting them know that you'd love to get their feedback. Again, sending them a direct link to the places where they can write your reviews, or to that webpage on your site that has links to all of those places where they can write reviews. So that's the way that you can start to get true, authentic reviews from your customers in your market that will make a huge impact in your placement and your ability to get new business. So again, the three core components to getting listed on the Google map is having a claimed and verified Google Places listing, establishing your name, address, and phone number so it's consistent across the web, getting reviews and having a system in place to get true reviews, and helping Google understand your true service area. And there's a secret weapon that we reference and that we use to help our clients establish that true service area and to kind of automate the review request process. So just picture with me for a second. Here we've got Joe the plumber, and you can see he's standing here. He just pulled up to Betsy's house, one of his customers that needed to have their toilet unclogged. Now when he gets there, he's going to use a web-based tool that runs either on his iPhone, his Android, or some other mobile device. And he's going to load up the tool called Nearby Now. And he's going to check in. And when he does that, the data from his iPhone, the GPS information on his iPhone, is going to push that exact check-in showing where he's located. And he's going to continuously do that every time he goes to a customer's location. And what that does is it starts to syndicate back to your website and to your social media profiles check-in data, creating a heat map showing where you and your technicians are checking in all over town. We found this to be a great way to help Google understand your true service area and help get you ranked outside of that main city where you happen to operate. So you're located in, let's say, if you're in South Florida, you're in Kendall, but the main city's Miami. And you're like, man, I wish my office was in Miami, but I'm in Kendall. I want to show up from Miami. Well, by having this tool and really using it in an effective way, you can help Google understand that while you're in Kendall, your true service area is a 25-mile radius, which includes Miami and some of the other main cities around that area. Now, to take it a step further, what you can do with this tool is you can start to automate the review request process. So just, again, Joe goes out, checks in at the home, information is gathered, pushed back to the website to help establish his true service area. Then he tells the customer, hey, I'm going to send you a request for review, and then he presses another button inside of Nearby Now, and an email goes out to the customer. Like we said, thanks for your business. We'd love to get your feedback. Please write us a review. And then what you get is more reviews because you've got a process, an automated process in your business where you're helping Google understand your true service area and you're getting reviews from your customers. That tool is called Nearby Now. You can access it at www.nearbynow.co/plumberseo. And it's a great tool to accomplish just that task, to automate the review request process. And so that is our discussion on getting ranked in the Google map and what you need to do to get ranked on the Google map. Any questions on that? I know I went into a lot of depth, so if I don't have questions, I know I'm starting. So I hope you found this information interesting. I hope you found it valuable. We developed a complete guide to go along with this that share some of our best ideas and strategies and techniques on how you can do the step-by-step stuff, how to claim your Google Places listing, how to build out those web pages on your website, how to get the inbound links, how to leverage social media and specific how-tos on how to set up your Facebook page. To download that, you can go to plumberseo.net/free. Now, if you're the type of business owner that says, you know what, Josh, this is great information. I appreciate that you just spent an hour and 15 minutes sharing this great information with me. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to be able to do this on my own. I'm a plumber. I'm the owner of a plumbing or HVAC business, and I've got work to do. I would like to have an expert that knows how to do this stuff that could do it for me. Now, if you're that kind of company and you're saying, you know what, I'd like that level of support, I'd like to have somebody do this for me, well, then I'd love to talk with you. Obviously, that's what we do. Our core business is taking these ideas, these strategies, these techniques, and implementing them on the behalf of our clients. So if that's you, if you'd like to talk with me, I'd encourage you to give me a call. We only work with one plumber or HVAC contractor in each market. So if you're interested, give me a call. You can reach me directly at 866-610-4647. And I appreciate you taking the time, and I really, truly hope that you're able to take these ideas and take your business to a whole nother level.